else get chills? This song has changed my life. This song. But the Final Fantasy that changed my life forever was this Final Fantasy. Many of you probably remember, I'd say about Final Fantasy VI, aka Final Fantasy III in the US on release, but has been recently updated. This right here. This game, however, changed Final Fantasy for me forever. For the better. See, a lot of people, when they played Final Fantasy, they got to they got into this rut. This idea that every Final Fantasy game should be exactly the same. Every Final Fantasy game should be exactly the same game world. And yet that wasn't what Final Fantasy was. Final Fantasy, the first game, was developed to change the gaming concept, the idea of what a game is, so that we would have a whole new genre of the video game. And at first, they tried changing little tiny bits at a time. It never really changed. And then Final Fantasy XII came along, where they incorporated ideas from Final Fantasy XI, the MMO, and the old Final Fantasy games, but they came up with a whole new world. So we're going to play a new game, and we're going to play through this. However, I do have to do subtitles on, switch it off. Now we're going to go through all the things that I find wrong with the game. Let's see if I remember correctly. I don't like the water shader on high. I try to make it as true to the one that I've played and I've discovered. I think that's the one that works better. Yeah. Then I have to change a lot of things to get it to do that. Okay, that's... Also, the game controller that I'm using is really weird. See, now the one problem that I have... What is this? Okay, what's this? No. I can't get it to match the original feel because they changed the difficulty. They made it easier. I don't like easier. However, I do like the new boards. So, I will be commenting a lot on differences and changes. And what makes this game so powerful and so good. In spite of the few upsetting changes like making it easier, I still don't like that. It was easy to begin with. It wasn't hard. It just took longer to get into battles, but everybody complained that it took forever to get into battles. And well, in a single player game you have the option of stopping it, so I don't see what the problem is. The MMO I understood. This is the beauty of the entire Square Enix experience right here. It's summed up in this intro. Everything about Square Enix, the most beautiful art assets possible. The music, you just listen to that. You can get lost in the game world, and that is what Final Fantasy... Square Enix managed to pull that off in every single game in spite of the fact that they got into that rut of game systems being exactly the same. Final Fantasy VI changed it, and Final Fantasy XII refined it to an even better system.
I hereby pronounce you man and wife from this time forth.
It's so
May the
beautiful.
blessings of the gods light your path for all eternity. Farewell.
I am going to be cutting out some of the cinematics. And of course some of the grinding. But we're going to watch the game itself unfold. The story. And of course I'm going to leave in a lot of the credits. Because, you know, these people deserve high marks for this game.
By both land and air, our kingdom will stand little. Nabudis has fallen.
Impossible!
Bosh.
My father? I know not. I am sorry.
If Nabudis has indeed fallen, it is only a matter
Oh,
of time.
Nabudis is one of my favorite areas to explore because they put so many hidden
There is
secrets in
nothing
that
to
spot.
halt their advance.
I 100%ed this game when I first played it. And I played it on the PlayStation
I will
2.
go.
The old
I will go at his
models.
side.
The rendering has improved a lot, but I think that might just be a difference between PlayStation versus PC. PlayStation Video still had a lot of limitations. This right here is... This wasn't my childhood either. My childhood was the old 8-bit Final Fantasy. Well, Final Fantasy as a whole could have been called my childhood, but this right here is how I foresaw all future RPGs, single-player
Would I be
RPGs.
considered worthy?
And yet, we've fallen. The quality of RPGs, single-player RPGs, has gone down. I love the technology that they have in this. They did the whole thing with the magic tech, and that's a really cool thing. See, now that would be a really cool spin-off. If they would come up with, like, Final Fantasy armies, where you, or not Final Fantasy armies, Final Fantasy machines, where you just play piloting these Magitech machines, that would be cool. Because they would handle very differently than a real physics-based machine. I can't even remember all the character names and all of the creature names. So some of this is going to be like playing it for the first time again. But look at that. Chocobos. Everybody loves chocobos. You can't not like a chocobo. You have to like a chocobo.
We must withdraw!
No! The paling still stands.
That's the only thing that... Chocobos and Moogles should remain in Final Fantasy all the time. Just because that's the iconic. Those are the iconic parts. And... here we go.
The paling's fallen. Then it's over.
No, it's never over.
For my father!
Lord Rasler!
And him dying is the most pivotal point. You miss it when you first play the game. You miss how important that death is right there. It took me forever to remember. I mean, I was near the end when I finally remembered that this scene existed. The first time I played through it, I missed a lot of these details. So you end up having to play through it a couple of times just to understand the story. And I played through it back when my PlayStation was set up and I had a television and all that. I played through it many times. Many, many times. I don't even remember how many times I played through it, but it was a lot. We get to see how much I've forgotten, because I'm going to try to 100% this without guides. That means having to do
The
everything
Great Father,
from memory.
and guide your bodies return to the earth. Great Father, guide your spirits return to the Mother of all. There you shall find peace.
It's so sad. World building is the best part of most Final Fantasy writers. There's only one Final Fantasy story that I didn't like, and that was on Final Fantasy 16. Or not 16. Why do I keep doing that? Final Fantasy 14.
The death of Lord Rasla Heos Nabradia.
This part I'm gonna be...
The
I don't know. I might cut out some of these, the dialogues, the exposition.
Her Royal Highness Princess Asha's wedding.
Because there's going to be a lot of them that I'm going to be absolutely silent during, and there's no point in
at the mercy of
bothering with
history's
that.
restless tides. At this time,
Always check for items, even though I think this is just cinematic scene. They're just making you run through this part. But the maps are so beautiful, who cares? You know, having to run through a dead zone doesn't feel that dead. Because once you get out into the real world, there's so much life in this game. And the fact that they stylized the combat after the MMORPGs, only using single button controls. Basically, I call them single button controls. It's instead of a keyboard. It's designed for a game controller. Yes, I'm playing with a game controller. I don't do that very often, but this is one of those times when game controller is about the only real way to play this game.
Your Majesty.
Same with most car games. Racing games,
Captain,
you gotta have a game controller for that.
Why? Our king, what have you done?
The king intended all along to sell Damaska to the Empire. His Majesty was a traitor.
Captain.
Yeah. This is powerful right here. It's made even more powerful later.
Well,
You can't-
so much for peaceful negotiations.
We'll never surrender to you. We are not cattle to be sold by a traitor king.
But the war is over.
Yeah,
You have lost. Dalmasca is the property of the Empire.
you just killed Rex, and that pisses me
We
off.
intended to let you keep some of your sovereignty, out of respect. But now you've gone and ruined that.
And how dare you kill
Haven't
Rex?
you, Captain?
We will never bow to you.
And the people of Dalmasca will hate you for it. Take the captain away.
Off you go.
Rex, no. Poor Rex.
Vaughn.
If you don't know that name, you're about to find out. Why Rex dying is actually a big deal.
Britain.
And I like this whole system. Now we get into the fun parts, where we actually start getting a little more control. Still getting a lot of cinematics. But they're known for their cinematics. Ever since Final Fantasy VI, they've been known for their cinematics. There he is. Hey, Vaughn. Vaughn, my boy. Time for me to take control of you
They'll find us.
I know.
until
Just
I
a
can
little more.
control Pinello.
You keep an eye
Pinello,
out for me up there, Kites.
I usually replace Vaughn with Pinello
One,
when I
two,
can.
3 more. All right. Time to clean house.
I like Pinello and Vaughn. Okay, first, always steal when you can. No, you don't. You are not getting away from me that easy. Hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone for a second. Nope, nope, nope. Stop running away. Okay, fine. Look. Steal when you can. At first, at least. Later on, it doesn't matter as much, but... At early levels, you want to steal because it's just... In any Final Fantasy game, that's what you do. You steal first and then you kill.
You got him
Because
all
otherwise
yourself.
you're not going to get enough
Guess I know who to call when
stuff
something
to start
big
with.
comes along.
Although in this one they give you
I'm
gil
ready
like
for
it's
anything now.
going out of fashion. I had 6,000 gil from
That's enough
each,
for
from
today.
just going from one map to the next. And I
You
was
should
like,
get back to
how did I get
Miguel's
that much?
kites.
I don't know.
Aren't you running errands for him?
Oops. Totally forgot.
Kite's dialogue is delivered a
You
little
should come,
janky.
Vaughn.
But I think
He's
they
busy
got a young
Might
voice
have some
actor.
work for you to do too.
I've got other,
So,
work to do.
it being a young voice
Hey,
actor, we
lock
can
this
forgive
place up
that.
for me, will you? If Miguel finds out we've been down here, he'll tan our hides.
Vaughn has a really good voice actor. Penelo has a decent voice actor too. Fran has the best voice actor, which is why people remember Fran so well. It's not just because she's Vera. It's also because of her voice actor. Her voice actor made you... It commanded attention. Which is good because technically the lead characters are actually not Vaughn and Penelo. You're playing the side characters.
Huh? What'd you say?
Sir, you haven't paid, and I... What? Haven't paid? Second thought. Please, sir, take it. It's a gift.
Leave the poor sod
See.
be. We don't want trouble today. Your luck, peddler.
Oops, sorry.
My frame rate tanks sometimes in these
Which way you going,
scenes.
Charles?
But it's not as bad as the PS2 version did. The PS2 version, I would get nauseous just watching some of the cinematics because it
Get out
was
the way.
frame rate. I have to have a 60 frame per second as much as possible, otherwise I get sick playing a game. And this is one of the reasons why I can't play very many games. Like Space Engineers. I love the concept of Space Engineers, but that frame rate tanks way too easily.
What?
Same with Conan Exiles. Most beautiful assets are in Conan Exiles, but that frame rate tanks. And I get
Hey,
sick.
that's mine.
What do you mean yours?
I couldn't play this
You've
in
been
PlayStation
stealing
2 until, except
What
for small
happens if they
spurts.
catch you? We
And-
need you to be there for us, Vaughn.
Just
You're no good
for
to
an
anyone
idea of
if you're
how
locked
much
away in a
I love
dungeon.
this
Oh,
game,
what? Am I the leader now?
I got sick during the first introduction
We're
cinematic
orphans. The first thing you
on the
learn is you gotta
PlayStation
watch out
2.
for yourself. Come
because
on,
it's
Penelo.
all locked at 30
You
frames
know
per
it as
second.
well as I do. Hey, you give that back.
But I weathered
What do you
through
think you're
it
doing?
and got
I
to
thought
the
because
action
money
part,
was the
saved
people
it,
of Dalmasca's
and then went
property.
back in and played it
The
again a
Imperial
couple
stole
hours
it from us, so
later,
it's only fair
and kept
that we
doing
take
that
it
until
back.
I got
It's
so
our
used
duty
to
as
it that it didn't even bother me
Well,
during the playthrough of
wasn't
this
that what you
game.
said?
I have a really
But
hard
I
time
never
with the
said
desert
anything about taking
scenes
it back from me.
because of the bright light. So I might turn the brightness
This
down
is
in
for
the
that
desert
bread you took
scenes.
the other day. Just because I help Miguelo out
Just
every now
because
and
of that.
then, it doesn't mean that you get to eat for free too, you know.
I love Penelo. She is awesome.
I know that. You think I like living like this?
Vaughn is actually a good character too, in spite of what some people said. Some people were upset that Vaughn was the primary character in most of the game, but it's like, it's a different perspective. You're seeing the
One
game
of these
instead
days,
from the hero.
I'll fly an airship of my
You're
own.
from the hero's support.
I'll be a sky pirate. Free to go
The
where I
person, the MacGuffin itself. Vaughn is the MacGuffin. See, most games the MacGuffin is
Well,
an
be
item.
careful. You'll never fly anything
This
if
one,
you're rotting
they
in
chose a
dungeon.
person. And you played the MacGuffin. You are the MacGuffin.
Oh, Miguelo had some errands
And
to be
that's
doing.
what
He wanted
changed-
you to drop by his place.
I love that
It
concept
might be a
because
good idea to lend a
you're just a
hand.
normal person instead of the big supreme superhero. You're just a normal person. Yes, I know all that. Okay. And because of that, you get to have more fun. because you can feel like this is your role. This is who you are. You're the normal person. Because we're all normal people. Let's see. Wait. Oh, that's right. I don't have access to all that. I have access to this, which doesn't really help much. Although that is one good thing. I think that's the reason why they made it easier to defeat the enemies, was because you can't really get much from the start.
Ah, Vaughn, I was waiting.
Penelo said you needed something?
Had me some packages supposed to be arriving
Yeah.
by courier in the morning.
He's cool.
Perhaps he ran into some trouble.
He's taking in these orphans and giving them a place to live
You'll thank me for it
and
someday.
helping them out of the kindness of his own heart. Not something you would see very many people do, but that's what he's doing. Oh yeah, I have to find Penelo. Oh, you know what? I forgot where she was. Oh no, I don't have to find Penelo, I have to find Kites. That's right. Kites. I'm looking for Kites now. Penelo's later. Nah, come on. Let's go get Kites. I love how big this city feels, even though the map is actually really small. If you look at the map, I'll show you. The map, when you look at it, that's small. That's a tiny map. But when you look at the city in the game, it looks massive. You can look down. I'll show you another location later. After, let's go get Kites first. Let's get past the tutorial portion of the game. It's still going on. This game introduces concepts of it in a slow fashion, which isn't...
There you are, Kites. Stop loafing around.
It's neither good nor bad.
This is it. This is why Miguelo's courier didn't get here on time.
But they lock...
Creatures
They make it so that you don't have to use the other concepts until they're introduced.
Miguelo sent you too, did he? He's a busy man these days, that Miguelo, if I dare say so myself. I don't envy him the work, though. Not a bit. Quite the affair throwing a banquet to welcome the Imperials, eh?
Welcoming? We should be... Whatever.
Vaughn does not like the Empire. He hates the
don't
Empire.
remind me.
For a good reason.
Got some nastiness out there in the Estersand. What's stopping our couriers? And that means
he has
shortages
the best
all
reason
around.
for it.
Thought I'd put up a bill, offer a reward to anyone who can knock that nasty
And
back in its
this,
place.
I love hunts. This is something that should be in every single RPG
Sounds 10 times better than running
on the
errands for
planet that's
Miguelo.
ever created and ever will be
That's
created.
right. Vaughn, you should give it a shot.
And you should be getting back
I
to Miguelo.
love them because
Now,
it's
Kites.
they're optional
Who's waiting for you?
content,
Oh,
but it adds a lot
right.
more content. It adds you things to go and hunt for and aim for, because a lot of these animals are, oh my goodness, some of these are really hard to defeat. All right, yes, I understand how to do it. Yes, I would help. Yes, and you're the petitioner, so I get your petition, and ta-da, and we get this, and ta-da. Okay, come on, hurry up and give me that. Oh, you gave me that. I forgot. You're the one that gives me that. Alright, so I got the clan primer. This thing is useful, and now I can go in and out of the town until a certain point. You don't get actually locked out of the town, even though it makes you feel like it. No, don't. Thank you. I don't need the tutorial on all that. Oh yeah, I get the licenses first. Okay. Okay, let's see. I want... No. Alright. Of course, we can't get the Orokai yet. Alright. Oh, let's also check out the clan primer here. This thing is useful. Yes, okay, first we got the hunts. Bestiary, dire rat. How many more of those do we need to kill? 2 more of those. We get those in the next section. See, I don't understand why it takes so long for the things to load up in there. I'm not going to clear out the traveler's tips. I tried clearing out all the traveler's tips, and it just, yeah, no. Since I don't need them, there's no point in me even trying. Alright. Look at how big this place is. No, at least how big it feels. I spent forever trying to figure out if there was a way to get down there. The first time I played through. What are you? I mean, a couple of guards were after someone, but looks like the game... Oh. You're one of the ones that blocked them. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the mission is actually to simply go kill the, or what's it called? That radish thing. However, there are some things. The bounty on my head. Did you just what? You want to tangle? You want to dance? You want to dance? You want to dance? Draw your weapon. Draw your weapon. Come on, let's do this. Yeah, he'd probably kick my butt. Anyways, you're the one. Yes. Okay. Let me in. Let me in! I want to go see my block. There's a tour guide that you can talk to in here that'll take you on a tour. I'm going to avoid him. Hey! Mont Blanc, you got anything for me? Yes. Thank you. I want to join your clan. I'm gonna get some stuff from you. I'm gonna get more stuff from you. Okay. Yes. Do you have any new marks? I don't remember if I can start off with any marks. None? Okay, well fine. I like the music in there. That's my favorite music right there. I mean, not my favorite music, but that's one of my favorite musics. There's a lot of music in this game that I absolutely love. Okay, so first things first. I've got some wolf pelts. We've got some rat pelts to sell. We'll have a lot of wolf pelts later. Yes. He only sells me things that... See. Oh. Decoy for 2,000 gil. However, the thing is that this game now likes to throw gil at you. I had to grind forever. And decoy's new though. But I had to grind forever the first time I played through just to get the first item from there. Now it's like, okay, well, it's only 2,000 gil, and we're going to give you 2,000 gil just by killing off a few rats and cactus. I forgot what those things are called. The little cactus, those flobby cactus. The flobby cactus, they're not cactots. They're kind of like cactots, but they're not cactots. Oh wait, do I have any gil on me? I've got 1,000. Okay, never mind. I don't have any license points anyway, so yeah, I'll have. Now, you. Okay, don't worry, I won't plan on selling it. This is one of those timed events. You can only get it once. However, you don't really lose anything for it. It's just really helpful. See, they won't let me out that way. They won't let me go that way. Let's go that way. Oh, wait, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. This game does give you a good feel for how the Empire is. It's not a solitary thing.
You there, let's see some papers, boy. No public passage on account of the law.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, that's too bad.
You
see,
whatever.
It just so happens that you're commissioner for the fate tonight.
Yeah.
He sent me to pick up
See?
a choice morsels for the
you should be
dining
a little more
he wants
particular about who you stop.
I got the route of transit right here. You see?
San Miguelo.
Miguelo.
You don't
He
want
had to see the console
yeah.
set because his food wasn't ready on
See,
time.
Vaughn makes a good
I
point.
sure hate to see him take it out on
Right,
you.
right, yeah.
The Lord Consul is a great man.
Wow.
And not one to
0 to
take
60.
offense in such trifling matters.
You should probably just let Vaughn through. You know, it might be in your best interest. Even you. Look, even your friends,
Moving
even your
on, boy.
friends.
Wouldn't do to keep the consul waiting. Right. Gates are closed. Up,
Gotta love that. You gotta love that. Alright. So now, we have... Okay. Are you the guy that's looking for it again? Yeah, here. Take it. Alright, there we go. Save crystal. Let's save. We could get back in. We could go in and out. It's just when you first go back in, it makes you go through a line. It's kind of funny. Did you have anything that you needed? Oh, okay. I don't remember if there are any other timed ones out there. I remember that one very particularly because it took me forever to figure out where that package was. I love these scenes too. Hey there! That's a dragon. Actually, it's not. It's actually considered a lizard. A big lizard. Hey, you. When I get access to gambits, this becomes much more efficient. Wait, did I miss? I could take a little bit of damage. There we go. Okay. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. No. 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 Wait, are they actually called... They're called cactites. That's what they're called. The little ones. Oh, wolf. Alright, you know what? We're going to take the wolf. Okay. There's a trick to the stealing. To take minimal damage from it, you don't walk up to it until after it's charged up fully. Alright. Now. No. There we go. That cactus fruit is worth a lot. Ow! Crap. This might be a little more than I could chew. Alright, fine. We'll do this. There we go. Come on, go back into attack. There we go. Yep. See, we can't always do it. There's sometimes you gotta weigh the... Yep. Come on. Alright. 2 gil. Oh, a whole 2 gil. Actually, that 2 gil could be very, very beneficial. Alright. Now, how many LP did we get? 10, that's it. Oh, wait, never mind. I just needed 5 for that one. Alright. There we go. Now we got the Orkai equipped. Alright. Now we get to go have some fun. Well, actually, no, we don't. We gotta go do the grinding thing right now. So I might actually just grind up a few things and then be right back.